For the month of January, I read a total of 3 books. I almost forgot. Oh my god. Which is way better than my record last year. Last year was bad. January 2021, I was so excited. I was like, brand new reading year. This is going to be great. And I started with a carryover from 2020, which was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. And I loved the way it ended. And I was just like, yeah, great. This is going to be great. And then I started the second book. And then it wasn't so great. I read most of Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. And then I think 250 pages in, I DNF'd that book. Yeah. And then I ended up in a reading slump for the majority of January. That was not a fun time for me last year. And it wasn't just throughout the month of January, it was throughout the year. So I would be reading several books, and then I'd think about Ruin of Kings, and then my reading would be ruined. I luckily still finished 24 books at the end of 2021, but man, that book just, oh my gosh. I'm mad at that book. It's safe to say, obviously, that I will not be continuing on with the series, which I think is called A Course of Dragons. I believe so. But yeah, if you've seen any of my videos in 2021, you know how much I detest that book. So, anyway, let's get on with my wrap-up, you guys, before I go on another rant about Ruin of Kings. So, like I said, in 2022, at the beginning of this year, in January, I read a total of 3 books, and they are as follows. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Now, this is the first book in my favorite series of all time, and also my favorite Cassandra Clare series of all time, called Infernal Devices. This is about a girl named Tessa who comes to London, and she finds out that I don't want to spoil too much, but she basically ends up in this world full of shadow hunters and demons, which is basically most of our main characters are of those races of people, shadow hunters and demons. And she has to navigate her way through all of that. And she also learns a lot about herself that she did not know. And that's all I'm going to say about it. You have to read it. I definitely recommend this series, especially if you want to get into Cassandra Clare's books. I would definitely, well, if you want to go through publication order, I guess I would start with Mortal Instruments. But if you want to go back to like where shadow hunters, like the early 19th century, where you were like introduced into the shadow hunter world, like very kind of slowly, not slowly, but like in a better way, this is the better series. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Okay, the second book I read in the month of January was none other than Midnight for Charlie Bone by Jenny Nemo. This is the first of 8 books in this middle grade series. It's about a boy named Charlie Bone who is endowed, and what I mean by that is he finds out that he has a magical ability and that his family also is known for their magical abilities. And because he has that magical ability, his family forces him to go to this academy called Bloor's Academy, which is for gifted and talented people like himself. And His magical ability, by the way, is he can hear people talking in photographs. And that is a very unique power, especially like how Jenny Nemo explores that in this book series. Now, I remember I've read the first 3 or 4 books in the series when I was younger, but yeah, for some reason I stopped. But I'm gonna get back into it, and I've collected the majority of the books. I'm missing 2 of them, so I'm gonna try and find them before I continue on reading this series. But yeah, this is Midnight for Charlie Bone. Oh, and in the main plot, I guess I would say in the first book, is once he attends Blor's Academy, he finds out that there's more mysterious things happening, and that one of his classmates is someone he has to protect in order to stop certain people from doing certain things. That's all I'm going to say. And also, I've heard this is compared to Harry Potter a lot. The only comparisons that are in this book series are the fact that he finds out that he has a magical ability and that he has to go to this school with other people like him and stuff like that. That's pretty much as far as it goes. There may be some other similarities, but it's not a complete ripoff of Harry Potter like a lot of people are saying. You definitely should read the book for yourself in order to make that judgment, because I can't make that judgment for you, though. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. Solid read. Okay, the last book that I read in January was Blood Rights by Jim Butcher. This is the 6th book in the Dresden Files series. And I can say for sure that I had a tough time getting through this one. The first half is kind of a slog because of a certain storyline, but it does get better. I promise you that. My friends kept telling me to push through this book, and I'm glad I did, because there were some really cool plot twists that happen in this book, and some really cool things that happen in this book. So I'm glad I pushed through, and I can't wait to read the next one. There's 17 books in total, so I have a lot of catching up to do. And I'm definitely committed to finishing this series. Even though it's not technically finished, I think Jim Butcher plans on writing up to 20 books. Anyway, you guys, that was my wrap up in a nutshell. So 3 books, and I am super happy about that because it's a great start to the year. Anyway, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and do all the awesome things. And I will see you in my next video, which is the Blackathon TBR. And then I'm also going to be doing another TBR. But first, I'm going to be giving you guys my Blackathon TBR. I know it's late because it's 3 days into February, but hey, I'm going to give it to you still. Alright, you guys. See you later. Bye.